Okay, so in order to add more emotion and more soul to some of your instrumentals, some of your melodies and beats, it requires a couple things. But the first thing is choosing a nice chord progression. You can play a simple chord like this, A flat, then to a B flat minor, then to a C minor. Usually those chords bring a lot of emotion if played correctly. Now, the trick to doing this is keeping your hand right here on the C minor and then playing the A flat right here. You see that? That creates an A flat major 7. This creates A flat major 7, 9. And yes, we're learning a little bit of music theory, not too crazy. Don't worry, this is not like super complicated. I'm gonna keep it as simple as possible. So instead of just playing like this, what you could do, just leave your hand here, easy to understand. Put your left hand here, or just do one finger. Then leave your hand here and just add a pinky right here, B flat. And then you can land on the C. And then when you play it all together, it sounds a little bit more like this. And you could add this finger right here for the 6. Add 11. And then you have a nice chord progression you can play. But then we got to ask ourselves, how can I implement that into a melody? Like, how can it actually be used? So let's go ahead and create a melody from scratch and let's get to it. But before we do that, don't forget to hit the like button if you're enjoying this video so far already. So one of the tricks also is to pick a nice sound from the beginning. That way you can get even more inspiration for the upcoming melodies that you're going to add on. For instance, now you don't need to use anything fancy or anything. Just use the regular stock plugins that you have already. I am going to be using for this particular sound this plugin that I just bought. Actually, they sent this over to me. I didn't buy this, but they didn't tell me to promote or anything. So don't think this is a sponsored video. It's not, but it's called Fraction. And I've really been liking the sound. This sound sounds a little bit like this. So let's go ahead and play those chords we're playing in the beginning using this sound right here. Okay, now that we have those chords laid down, EQ it a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and mess with the effects here. And these effects sound pretty nice. If you move it around, this plugin is pretty dope. It warps the sound, like you see. If I take it to the bottom, to the middle, it creates just different ambient sounds, which is pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go ahead and EQ this a little bit of the high section and the low. I like to remove these most of the time just because at the end I go back and add them again depending on where I want the frequencies to hit. I reduce some of that mid section. And we're done with that first sound. Next sound, I'm gonna go ahead and switch it up and go into Sky Keys and use Easy Sign and still implementing the same chords that we were playing in the beginning. The only difference is now that I already have the foundation laid down, I'm just gonna be using 2 fingers because I don't want to overcrowd the first melody. I do want that to stand out more. So I'm just gonna be very subtle and play only 2 notes like this, watch. Very, very subtle playing, just 2 notes. As you can see, I don't want to add too much, and these notes are already sounding pretty nice. Let's go ahead and reduce some of this low end here and adjust the volumes just a little bit. Just for that one, you don't need to add too much. Once you have a good sound, you're good to go. Now for my third sound, now this is where it starts getting a little bit tricky, but don't get lost. This is super simple stuff. I'm just going to be using the scale of C, which is just like C, E flat, and then G around those chords, around those keys to just make a different melody with a lead sound. I am going to be using the classic lead inside Analog Lab 5. So like I said, if you just go to the scale C, you can Google it up and you can play any of those notes. So let's go ahead and record just a counter melody. Okay, now we got that counter melody going, sounding pretty cool. I'm not gonna leave it probably that obnoxious or loud, or maybe I am, I don't know yet. But I'm gonna go ahead and EQ it as much as I can because I don't want to hear it too much right now at the moment. Should do some of that's the high, the lows, just pitch it up a little bit at the high end. Just like that, we have a nice sounding melody already. We can even just go with this. It has a lot of emotion, has the pads, it has those nice chords that are just subtly playing in the back, those 2 notes that I was playing in the second time. But to create the emotion emotion that we want, the soul that we want, that artist to feel, or just other producers, whatever. I always love to add a vocal sample when I'm trying to make or hit an emotion, because there's something about vocal samples that just hit the soul. Tell me if I'm wrong. Comment down below, like, not always, or I don't know, comment down below whatever you want. Let's go to Arcade and add this vocal sample right here. Now that I have the vocal sample, I'm just gonna go ahead again and reduce some of the low end, some of this high end, because right now you may sounds kind of muffled, whatever. It doesn't matter. At the end, I rearrange it, I mix it different, and it'll sound all complete. Now for this, I am gonna go ahead and use the vintage VCA compressor, because I do want the vocal sample to have more of a warm feeling to it instead of just playing like the way it is. Although Arcade does a good job of keeping the vocal samples very professional sounding, so you don't have to do too much. And I'm gonna go ahead and pan this all the way to the left and leave some room on the right end and just EQ it a little bit more to my liking. And I think after that, this should be it. Now that we have the vocal samples, this really tied everything in together, and there's a lot of emotion, feeling, soul. This is something that AI cannot create. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, let's go ahead and add some drums. Let's go ahead with the snap. Add a little bit here of the knock, just a little bit of punch already. Get ready for it, because I am gonna add the kick next. And for the kick, I just want it to be kind of just grooving to this melody already. Just try to find the right kick for it. Sometimes you gotta switch over a few kicks here and there until you find the right one. And I am in the R&B Madness kit, of course. Now I'm gonna go ahead and layer that snap sound with a rim shot, and I'm just gonna go ahead and hit it every 4 bars because I want it to stand out alone. And then after that, I want the rim shot to hit the second time, just to make a little bit of a difference every time it hits. Now I'm going to go ahead and use some of the percussion sounds that I have in this kit, and I definitely love this boom sound in the percussion section of the kit. I love using this a lot. EQ it a little bit to my liking, reduce some of this high and some of it low. Probably add a delay in here, to be honest, and some Valhalla vintage verb. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and add some open hats. And the main open hat with a nice little bell at the end. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and add a sub bass from the R&B Madness kit as well. And I'm just going to play, of course, the single chord progression just with one key, of course, that I played in the beginning. Let's go ahead and do this. A little bit, raise up some of these low parts actually so it can vibrate a little better. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some overdrive to make the bass sound a little bit more crunchy. Bring up the drive a little bit, bring it down, mess with the tone until it sounds nice and rumbling nice. All right, now all that is done, let's rearrange this beat, mix it a little bit, and let's hear the final result in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, and if you made it at the deep end of this video, comment down below, deep end. Let me know if you've been creating some beats, some R&B beats with a lot of emotion, a lot of soul, and what are your tips and tricks? Maybe somebody can use them. So comment down below some of the things that you've been doing, something different that I didn't mention in this video, because there's obviously music is subjective and everyone's entitled to be creative as they want. So anyways, till next time, guys, don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Till next time, stay blessed, God bless, and stay positive. Peace.